First, let's give Mary Ellen a hand for her speech. Thank you for everything that you do. I will never turn my back on a survivor. My name is Dennis Higgins, and I want to share a story with you, my family's story. For the past decade, my family has supported KCSARC by giving our time and money so that KCSARC can help others as they help my family. It was 13 years ago when we learned my daughter Haley had been raped by my uncle. Haley was 10 years old. She'd carried this secret for 5 years. She came to my wife late one night and told us what happened. We immediately believed her. Immediately. There was never a question. My wife is a school counselor, and thankfully she knew what to do. She called KCSARC that night. From our first phone call, KCSARC has stood with my family every step of the way. Our KCSARC legal advocate was there when Haley was interviewed by the police detectives. We received regular guidance and updates. KCSARC set up therapy appointments for our daughter. And even though Haley's rapist ended up pleading guilty, it was over a year before we ended up sitting in that courtroom. Through our entire journey, KCSARC believed us, they helped Haley and my family, and justice was done. Haley is an amazing young woman, and I really wish she could be here this morning. I'm very, very proud of her. She just turned 23. She can't be here this morning because she's a Peace Corps volunteer in the high Andes of Peru. Last summer, thank you. Last summer, she graduated from UW with 2 degrees, one in public health and the other in Spanish. And while she was at UW, she was involved in ASUW's SARVA program, Sexual Assault and Relationship Violence Activists. She's helped so many people, so many friends have approached her because of her advocacy. She's been able to let them know where to find help and begin their journey to recovery. Many have found help at KCSARC. In fact, in 2015, Haley spoke here at this breakfast in this very same role. And I know she's here with me now, and she's proud of me. Thank you. Our family's journey through recovery continues. It will take us the rest of our lives. She still has some bad days. So does her mother, so do I. In fact, we're all going through a lot of emotion this week because her rapist happens to be getting out of prison this week, coincidentally, and that's tough. We're glad for the Department of Corrections notifications about the upcoming release, but they're very jarring. We're going through the process of setting up no contact orders and travel permissions. We're flooded with emotions. It's not easy. And the thing is, KCSARC is still here for us, for all families. Whether the path forward is clear or whether it's full of turmoil and conflict, KCSARC is here, ready to believe and stand with survivors. We are survivors. My family, we are survivors. And now it's our turn to stand with KCSARC. Looking around this room today, I see many of you from previous years who have been coming to the breakfast for over a decade, some of you several decades. Thank you to all of you. Because of you, you supported KCSARC during my family's time of need. Your support helped change the lives of thousands of survivors like Haley and my family. Your generosity and perseverance has not only encouraged so many brave survivors to be loud, like Anna this morning, it's also encouraged hundreds of new attendees to show up this morning and ask, how can I help? For the first-timers, welcome. We are so glad you're here. I hope you're getting a sense of what keeps so many of us coming back year after year. It's hope. Hope. It's the recognition that what KCSARC is doing and the work we're supporting is quite literally changing people's lives for the better. It's the pride that we're on a team. Our team is winning. Some of KCSARC's loyal donors and past board leaders are welcoming first-time breakfast attendees to the team by matching inaugural gifts today. And so we're so proud to have you join this team. They're offering a pool of $57,800 extra dollars to match what you first-time donors will give this morning. Your presence here matters. Becoming a donor matters. Being inspired to stretch yourself matters. Please join the legacy of inspired, generous giving done by the hundreds of loyal donors in this room today. Today, whether it's your first breakfast or your 30th, it's our privilege to support KCSARC. By doing so, you will be saying to a survivor, I believe you. I support you. You will not go through this alone. And when I first came up here, I said I would never turn my back on a survivor. And I'm challenging you to do the same. We heard from Mary Ellen about the incredible growing number of cases. KCSARC needs our help. The increased calls to the resource line. KCSARC is stretching because Be Loud is working. And I'm challenging all of us, new guests, those who have been with us from the beginning, stretch your gifts this morning. This is the time for Team KCSARC to make a difference. For Haley, for my family, for all the survivors who are hurting and need our help. Let's make history today, right now, right here, this morning. Let's raise more money than has ever been raised at a KCSARC breakfast before. Table captains, pass out your envelopes. This is the time. I am so filled with appreciation for each and every one of you for being here this morning, for the difference you made for me and my family, for Haley. I ask you to open your hearts and be generous. Thank you for being a member of Team KCSARC.